creep. He realizes that Sunstrike is a possibility. How many points in an Exort does he actually need to one-shot, though? Well, he went for it. Yeah, he would have actually killed, but not quite.
12 minutes in. Very close between these two teams at the moment. The difference on the graph, only 2,000. Resolution has got his blink now complete as well. Silent, what's he been able to progress towards? It looks like potentially going for that Orchid build here on the Quap. And
yeah, it's very good against their heroes.
Yoku's got Vanguard now, complete on top of the Blink Dagger at 12
like
minutes.
He's got Vanguard, Arcane's Blink, 12 minutes in. I think he... does he finish Crimson here? Or does he actually go for like Force Staff or something else? I think Force Staff is actually very good against these heroes.
Up, looking for the jump. They'll be able to find it. Sonic Wave onto 2. And they burst them down immediately. Jerax and MP to fall. Fantastic correlation of Empire there with their skills. Cooldown's going to come down. Hit a fair few of them. Can they do anything off the back of it though? Hot 6 doesn't look like they can. Forev keeping herself backed up. Resolution actually blinking forward here. Looking for a potential Dragon Tail follow-up. But they're just going to look for the tier 1 here. And Empire showing Hot 6 they need to be very, very careful where they hang about.
Now this is pretty standard Empire Dragon Knight play. Resolution actually played this hero, I think, not before anyone, but he's played it a hell of a lot. And Empire have loved this hero for multiple patches, not even just 6.84. It was very funny. Oh, actually, Sunby? Okay, never mind. He's not actually caught. But when the 6.84 patch first came out, Empire pretty much didn't change their draft at all. Like, they picked every single hero that was considered high tier in the patch after the notes came out. And that was just, like, their style. Then teams started to adapt a bit. But Empire seemed to at least be able to come into their own here. They've adjusted their draft just enough to be able to play against Hot 6 here in middle lane.
They've caught out Forev with the dunk from Yoku, finishing off the Gyrocopter. That is the 5th time that they've managed to find Forev this
Bottom
game.
as well.
Oh, let's see.
Gonna see Aloha Dance get killed.
Let's see if they can turn it around. Resolution hasn't got the Elder Dragon form. He's got the Blink and the Dragon Tail, but there's an MP Invoker hanging around here. This might not be the fight. Yoku and Always Want to Fly coming to join him. Resolution getting incredibly low. The Forge Spirit's just melting away this DK, and he's going to go down almost. No, he's still alive for the ball charges. He won't live, though. He does fall. Yoku with the call on Tempe and the dunk. Will find the Invoker now in response. Silent blinking forward here. They want to try and find more. Looking for Jerax. There's the second dunk. Yoku now with a double kill. Looking for the TP out. Has he got the call? Yes, he doesn't need it. The dunk from Yoku is a triple kill already. Sun, the one hiding in the tree line, but Yoku... I mean, this game means a lot for Empire, and Yoku's certainly showing that he's given it his all this game.
Yeah, he's definitely bringing it for sure. Oh, call down here from Forev.
Wants to fight here. They'll be able to juke this out with the snowball. Now, they need a bit more than just Aloha Dance here, as he's in a lot of trouble.
I think he's okay, actually.
I mean, is Sun going to go back in?
No, he needs team. He doesn't have a team right now. They're all gone. Silent's actually TPing back to base from the side shop, so yeah, he doesn't have any help. He might go now, though.
He's got backup indeed from the rest of his team TPing in. Yoku in the neighborhood. Ice shards. They have any detection. They've got the sentry down and it's going to catch somebody. He's just in the edge. They've got the dust. Oh, Yoku. A little bit off mark, but he cancelled the Berserker's call. He has still got it available. He cancelled the cast, and with the dust, can he get himself in for the call? Oh, no! Can't quite get himself in range. And Sun going to be very lucky to get away with his life there.
My God. He had a Quelling Blade. Like, just cut the trees, man. You got a Quelling Blade?
Yeah, we can let him off, because other than that, Yoku flawless. He's got a Crimson Guard complete now as well. Before the 16-minute mark, this axe is
really good against
bordering on unstoppable.
Yeah, it's good against Brood because you can just pop the Crimson, and then even if the Brood has a ton of Spiderlings out, even heroes around you just won't take any damage from it. It's really nice. But, yeah, Empire, they've been showing a very, very strong game so far. Continually applying pressure here. They're probably just going to pop the DK form. Go for the tier 1. Actually, they might... Okay, they are going to pop it. I was going to say, they might save it and try to go for tier 2. But it depends on how vigilant Hot 6 are going to be about defending.
Probably just get both here if they wanted to.
It's very risky, though, because I think one person already just went top. So they're not going to have 5.
Okay. No, Aloha Dance here at the moment. Let's have a look at the graph, what kind of difference we're seeing between the sides. It's not a lot still. Because if you look at the farm, Invoker and Brood, of course, with their Midases, certainly keeping themselves very much still in this game. Brood now with the Dagon picked up. Invoker has got the level 2 Necro on himself as well. And we saw that when he was able to bring down Resolution in one of the earlier fights when he was caught out. So Empire, I mean, it's not an easy run here to get this win. Hot 6 is still looking pretty darn scary. Resolution has managed to find himself with double damage. And top lane, he Found himself level 8 on his own, and both teams at the moment just going back to farming. Silent, how's he doing on the old Orchid? Okay, he's got the Orchid complete now on your Queen of Pain.
So the big timings for Empire outside of Silent getting that Orchid finished are just Resolution picking up his BKB. Right now, he's not really that far out. Should only take him maybe like another 4 or 5 minutes to farm it, and that's if a fight doesn't go favorably for them. Once he has that, the damage output on Hot 6, not great, especially with somebody going Dagon. Like, BKB Dragon Knight, if you buy a Dagon against that, like, you're probably not going to have a very easy time killing him, to say the least. And then, of course, you have Yoku, who's also got an insane amount of farm. So I'm a little bit concerned for Hot 6 and their ability to transition, like, later into the game. Are they just relying solely on the gyro to be able to deal damage? Because even if 4Ev lands like a really good call down and flak, if that DK has BKB and they get even like a slightly good initiation, I'm not sure how they're going to deal with that.
Yoku able to clean up these broodlings, spylings here. Somebody just hiding in the sidelines, Silent. He's going to head here and blink forward, in fact. Looking for the kill on Taheen, and well, with the Orchid, he might just find it. Just needs to get that Scream off as well, and that should do it with the Soul Burn. Will do indeed, and Silent.
He knew, dude. He just read him like a book, knew exactly where he would go. Just threw out the casual Scream, didn't even have to walk around the tree to see him.
Very nice. And Sun's still able to keep control here of the jungle. They didn't find him there in that last little walk past. He's got enough to get a second level here in the Dagon. MP's farm still on the Invoker. I believe that will be the level 3 Necro now coming up, is it? Yes, so he's got the recipe. So he's got level 3 Necro now, 18 minutes in. But, what's he going to do for you now with the Orchid drop down onto him? Yoku, looking for the call, won't quite find it. But with the Walrus Punch from Alora, that's the brief. They're going to be able to bring down the Invoker. Now Forev reacting, coming in here with a cooldown. But they just walk it off. And Empire, they're going to go back to pushing this tier 2 in the mid lane, and with the remainder of the Elder Dragon form, should be able to find it. TP's out to the bottom, already coming, as the push is coming in from Brood. Brood will be able to find the last touch to it. Resolution, no. Deny coming out from Forev here.
That's a pretty important deny, actually. When your enemy team is pushing you like this and you can deny like 1 or 2 towers, the amount of gold difference is actually pretty substantial, especially considering like when you're behind, right? Like you want to minimize losses at every single turn, especially when that Dragon Knight's getting ever closer to that BKB, and they're going to find out the Brood here in the woods.
Indeed, he's been dusted. Silent taking a lot of burst damage though, and the Spylings working away at this Quap. They do kill the Brood, and Silent will just be able to blink himself away out of it. Another kill here for Yoku now, and a mega kill streak. 2,100 gold on top of the Crimson Guard now. This man is an incredibly... he's 700 gold ahead of this Invoker, who's pretty much just been farming all game, and that's with a Midas. You know, Yoku in comparison, he's absolutely massive.
Yeah, but you also have to consider the tower advantage right now.
Yeah.
So Empire have lost 2 towers, and Hot 6 have lost 5. Yeah. So they have 1 outer tier tower left at this point. A lot of the gold difference is going to come from that. Plus, MP, again, like most of his kill contribution has just been throwing out Sunstrikes. So a lot of the time, he's not really even at the engagement. And they nerfed the gold that you gain from contributing like all the way across the map. So you have to be within a certain radius. I forget the exact distance, but the closer you are, basically, once you get within that threshold, you get more for it. So a lot of it is also because, I mean, he's got 169 creep kills, and still a lot of that is Spiderlings.
Dagon now at level 2, but we haven't really seen somebody be able to do that much with it. We saw him bring Silent very, very close to his death, but it wasn't quite enough burst damage to deal with the Quap straight up. Bottom lane, Resolution continuing with his farm. Got the BKB, 700 gold in tow. And the final tier 2 here sitting on this bottom lane. Hot 6, what's their plan here? Boca just jungling up at the moment with the Necros when he needs it.
I think the Necro book timing is still very good, but it's not really as potent when BKBs are going to be coming out on cores. I just don't know how Hot 6 are supposed to be able to take advantage of this. Like, it feels like the Necrobook 3 timing, even though it's super good, I don't know, like, what impact is it supposed to be able to have right now? Because when you buy that book, you're supposed to be able to pressure towers with, like, 5 heroes, or you're supposed to be able to take a good team fight because nobody has BKB. Neither of those things are the case right now. Like, Resolution has BKB, Silent almost has BKB, and you can't 5-man because you've basically picked Brood. Like, it's a really hard situation, I think, now for Hot 6.
Coming down, and then Yoku at the moment is the one carrying the gem of the team. Bottom lane, Resolution just duking out the Sunstrike. And yeah, Yoku with the gem now in his inventory, 2,400 as well. Top lane, Jarak's able to find his push here and take down this tier 1 here. He's now sitting very, very close to a Blink Dagger himself that he'll be able to grab.
That's actually fairly big. Like, the Blink Dagger will be really good for him. Jerax is very good at like these playmaking heroes like Shaker, like Rubik. You can count on him for sure during team fights to be able to get some clutch steals. Maybe, hopefully, if you're a Hot 6 fan, turn the team fight around. If he can get his hands on something like Laguna, like, Sonic Wave and such, you can probably win a team fight.
Well, looking for this spider here. He's going to go for the TP out, and Yoku won't be able to get him this time. Unfortunately here for the side of Empire. Dagon now leveled up a third one. We've got it on level 3 now here for the Brood. And Invoker, what does he go now next for the build? I mean, he's come up to 2k. Is this kind of just a split push? Will we see him pick up an early set of boots? Bots?
Bots are pretty common when you have Midas on Invoker, but I think he might just go Blink or something. Like, when there's not an item on Invoker that you can buy that you feel is going to have like a big enough impact at that point in the game, typically you go for like mobility. So like Blink or Yules or Force Staff or something like that. Because I'm really having a hard time thinking what one item is actually going to be able to completely change the way that the game goes in terms of fights for Hot 6. And I mean, just look at what he's doing. He's sitting in the woods and he's just sending out freaking Forge Spirits to lane. Like, he realizes that it's super dangerous for him no matter where he is.
Resolution and Silent able to clear themselves up some Ancients here from the side of Hot 6's map. And you can tell Empire, they're really looking for action here. They've been walking around as a group across the maps, trying to see who they can catch out. But Hot 6 just playing a step ahead at the moment. Keeping themselves safe. Forev now on the gyrocopter. Very close to having the money for this BKB. Silent did spawn out Sun, but Sun, he's going to be A-OK, juking in out in the tree line. And Resolution, okay, working towards the AC, blinking forward here, but he's going to get lifted up by Jerax. Can they turn this? Trying to lift him up to the high ground. They just don't have a follow-up stun there to